imagine it's the first day of class. You signed up for a class called Creative Climate Communication for spring semester 2026. First day of class. Your professors say to you that within like about 3 months, you're going to be performing original, live climate comedy in the Boulder Historic Theater in front of a crowd this big. Okay, now imagine that you didn't drop the class and that you are now either sitting over here or you're backstage ready to do it. Yes. We want you to know that these students get an A just for showing up, even if you don't laugh. But I really think that's going to be hard because this is a funny show.
Yes. All right, everybody. So these are difficult times. A lot of folks that we talked to leading up to this show, many of them, the refrain was, boy, we could really use a laugh. And so these are really challenging times. These are politicized times. This is a time of creeping authoritarianism and fascism in this country.
Yes.
So we need to understand what we're doing now and understand what these young people, where they're finding these spaces of opportunity and agency where they may not have economic or political power yet in this world, but they're stepping up here and talking about climate solutions and generating further conversations towards engagement and action.
Yes. Yes. And without downplaying the seriousness of the climate crisis, we need to find ways to communicate about it in ways that mobilize joy and pleasure more than doom and gloom. We're in a different ecosystem now. We don't trust the government, we don't trust traditional media, and comedians are emerging as these legitimate sources for news and thought leadership. Or more simply put, we're now taking our comedians seriously and our politicians as a joke. As a theater professor, I can tell you the difference between tragedy and comedy is all in the timing. A tragedy is a story in which it is too late to save the day. Unthinkable grief is released when the characters are unable to avert human-caused disaster. But in a comedy, some often preposterous idea is put into action that turns the results of human stupidity around and brings a happy ending. Yeah. I'm sorry to say that the story of now is leading us and other species to a tragic ending. If we don't want that, then I propose climate comedy, which is a preposterous idea that might just liberate us through that strange involuntary opening of the mouth and the mind known as laughter. In that moment, rigidity is relaxed. The single perspective is questioned. Hypocrisy exposed, and delight is released. Fixing the climate crisis is a mighty challenge, and it requires a steep incline in new behaviors. But like any mountain, there's only one way to get over it: climate. Yeah.
All right. Yes, Beth. So we are so thrilled to have another year here together, our 11th year of experimenting with climate change comedy. We have so many great folks in this audience this evening. We have a surprise introduction, which you may have seen already, of Chuck Nice this evening, so stay tuned for that introduction. We have several folks from CU Boulder, University of Colorado Boulder. Maybe wave your hands, those who are here representing. Fantastic. We have folks from the city of Boulder who are here also representing. Thank you for coming out. It's these partnerships that are going to push through in these challenging times. I do want to give a shout out to alum who are here tonight who have been a part of this experiment before. Shout out to the alum.
Yes, supporting the next generation.
Okay, so these alum know, and if you've been to this show before, you've met our headliner and our MC and the inimitable Chuck Nice. He is co-host of Star Talk with Neil deGrasse Tyson. Among his many accomplishments, he has also been engaging in science and climate change comedy for several years.
He's just going to open us up with a little bit of like getting you all warmed up for the student talent, but his main set is at the end of the show, as it should be.
That's right. So help us welcome in none other than Chuck Nice.
Woohoo!
All right.
What's up, Boulder? What's up, Boulder? Make some noise! Had to bring, I love this city. I mean, this is just the greatest city for me. I have to say, living in New York, I thought that misery was universal. And turns out that it's just the East Coast. Because, I came here, and I've been coming here for about 8 years now. And, oh, by the way, Milo, ladies and gentlemen. I had to interrupt what I'm doing just to acknowledge you, man, because you're pretty awesome. Last year, I was just like, can you just play anything? And then I would just yell something out like, Lady Gaga. And he was like, fuck no. So, let me tell you that this town is so dear to me. I did E-Town last night. I don't know if you're familiar with it. What a great operation they have there. What a great show. I appeared last night, and I told the audience the same thing I'm going to tell you, and that is, I love Boulder. I feel quite exotic when I'm walking around. I'm just saying, I was on Pearl Street yesterday, and 2 white people in safari gear were following me and taking notes. A rare appearance of the Urbanopithecus. No. I have to tell you, though, every time I come here, I discover something that makes me fall more in love with Boulder. And this time, it was something that has become my favorite personal pronoun. And it is this, McGuckin. I love McGuckin. Let me tell you something. I use McGuckin in place of profanity. It's like, you better get your McGuckin finger out of my McGuckin face. I will beat the McGuckin stuffing out of you. I just love McGuckin, man. And it's Boulder, like born and bred here, you know what I mean? So I have to tell you, though, when I look at this town, and this is nothing against you, but I have to say that, honestly, this is like a Pete Hegseth nightmare wet dream. Seriously. Because everybody's white, everybody's in shape, but most of you are fucking hippies. Like, can you imagine Pete Hegseth here? He's like, look at this. I've died and gone to heaven. Look at this. And then they're just like, we love Obama. He's like, ah! It's hell. I better be careful talking about Pete Hegseth, though. He might pray for me. You know what I mean? Dear Lord, please rain down your righteous fury on Chuck Nice. And while you're at it, please get these mother McGuckin snakes off this mother McGuckin plane. I gotta tell you, last year, I was here and we were all absolutely fretting and worrying how things would go, especially concerning the environment. And this year, we realized that we had nothing to worry about. Nothing at all. And I say that because I'm high right now. I have to say, though, it is great to be amongst people who care. And that really is your superpower, Boulder. Don't let anybody ever make you feel any kind of way about the fact that you care. They can call you woke, they can call you libtard, they can call you, whatever, I don't know, whatever names that they make up. But the truth is, you're exactly what we need. We need people to care. And a few years ago, I was here, the mayor was right on this stage with me, and I gave him free of charge a new slogan for Boulder. And it's, Boulder, if you care too much, you don't care enough. He passed on that, so I'm a little disappointed. But I mean this when I say this. The fact that we are here and that we're doing something like this, and that this theater is full, and that we are doing this in service to the environment and to the furtherance of the knowledge about climate crisis, the fact that you guys are here for that and to support these students, it speaks volumes. So give yourselves a round of applause, and I mean that. Now, speaking of the students, let me just say this. This, for most of them, is the first time they've been on stage, or they have ever been on stage. And I, for one, stand in awe of these students. There are 5 stand-ups tonight. I have a special affinity for them. Stand-up comedy is possibly one of the hardest things that anyone can endeavor to do. You're naked and alone on stage. I mean, you're wearing clothes, but you are naked. Believe me, I would not be here in front of you naked. I do not fit the stereotype. I am sharing too much. But this, for all of them, they wrote the sketches, they worked together, and more importantly, they educated a group of comedians that worked with them on climate issues, and then those comedians are building comedy sets around the information that the students provide them, which means that, first of all, jokes are like arms, okay? You don't write them and not use them. And so if you're writing climate jokes, you're gonna go on stage somewhere and perform climate jokes, which means that what we are doing is seeding the country with comedians who are going to be in dark rooms telling people about climate, making them laugh, but then also making them think. And that is the true genius behind what Beth and Max are doing here. So what I want you to do tonight is recognize that aside from the 3 professional comedians who are here that you will see, one of which is me, well, thank you. I don't know who that was. Let me see. Oh, thank God it wasn't my wife. Okay, good. Yeah. But what I want you to do as an audience is, I don't want sympathy, and you know how they say give people grace. I don't want you to do that either. These guys are funny, and the stuff that they wrote is great. Here's what I want you to do. Relax, let go, and really have a good time. Like, this is a party, all right? It's a party in service to something that is so important that instead of being morose, we're here making jokes so that we can better communicate a crisis to other people. So you're a part of that too right now, okay? So all I want you to do is seriously give it all you got to have a good time, all right? And then I want you to give them every single thing that you have. So let me hear you just scream for the students for the first time right now. Go ahead and make some noise. That is what I am talking about. And without further ado, it's time for our first sketch. Time to bring out Trash Talk with Parker, Gwyn, Eli, Sarah, Finley, and Theo. Give it up for Trash Talk.
A cigarette! Man, this Nick Buzz is crazy. I'm so addicted to these little brown and white sticks that get me so cheesed. I just love it when I can sit on top of a mound of trash and human substance abuse and never worry about my next time I can get a bum. My favorite memory is when I was double fisting a French fry and a personal vaporizer at the same time from the same trash pile behind the Norland Quad. I just love it when I can sit on top of a trash pile and get so faded, man. But damn, is my side itchy.
Girl, are you okay?
I'm good. Probably a sign I need to pop a Zin.
Papa Zin? Who the hell is Papa Zin?
I don't know, but that's what all the humans say when they want to get lazy and chilled out. Oh, hey, raccoon, want a hit?
Dude, you think your problem's bad? I am sick of all these vegan patties and compostable plastics that have no taste. Man, I miss it. That sweet, lightly toxic kiss of polyurethane on my triple-decker, extra cheesy, no lettuce, double mayo, chubby delight burger, straight from the dumpster behind the sink. Stupid humans in there, composting and recycling. I miss the good old days. What happened to one big fucking trash can? Humans diverted waste by 60% and forgot what's really important. Eating styrofoam. Man, I should just move to the hill. I heard Bear finds a 12-pack of beer a day.
My back.
Hell yeah, brother. It's like stealing candy from a baby. Those hippies on 15th Street order a bunch of food and then forget all about it. Boom. Free burritos for this guy. I love all this waste. I'm not even a part of the food chain anymore. I'm just the last step in the checkout process. Lately, big government's been getting on me, though. They put in place Bear Protection Ordinance 8161 to try and stop me. I don't see what all this riffraff is about me just getting a free meal every now and again. I've been relocated 5 times. No warning, just a tranquilizer dart. What the hell am I supposed to do? Forage? Goose!
Dude, be for real. Geese mate for life, and I'm stuck in Boulder. Bear's complaining about being relocated. Imagine being stuck somewhere and just not getting laid. The birds here are chopped. They are way better down south. Like, yeah, I spent 50% of my life flying and respirating microplastics, but you would too if you saw how bad they are. Plus, I'm an indicator species, and right now I'm indicating that climate change is responsible for the male loneliness epidemic. Honk.
Damn, you guys look a mess. Wanna drag?
Nah, we got this.
Marlboro Black? Shit's ass. What dipshit left that here?
Did you seriously just ask who left that here? You did, remember? I mean, my God! You humans are so worried and preoccupied about when your next bar-hopping adventure is and whatnot that you don't even see the bigger picture. And it's that humans like you are the freaking fracking problem!
These guys are my supplier!
Well, your supplier has bad news for you. I'm graduating in a few weeks here. My parents got me a huge apartment in Miami, so this won't be my problem anymore. Peace out, you filthy animals.
They can't all graduate, right?
Oh, don't you worry. There will be more.
Does this? Come on, guys, give it up again for Trash Talk! I gotta tell you, that was the first incel gander in any... Thank you. For those of you who laughed at that, thank you. And then some of you were like, gander? Okay. All right, guys, time for our first stand-up comedian, and I think you're gonna love him. Please give it up for the comedy stylings of John. Come on, John!
How we feeling tonight, Boulder? All right. This is not your moment, this is my moment. Okay, so I'm gay, if you couldn't tell. I think being gay kind of forces you to not care what people think, right? Like, okay, so for straight people, you have like really weird standards. Like, you're straighter if you like drive a truck or like hate wind turbines or like are not vegan or something. Like, straight people live in this like monochrome prison and we gay people get to run around in Technicolor. Like, of course. There's like stereotypes about gay people, but there's no set way you have to be. Like, I do think that there is a pretty thin line between what's straight and what's gay, and Boulder men love to ride that line. Like, I swear to God, if another man comes up to me at the bar in baggy jeans and a knit sweater that's 3 sizes too big and says, I love your pearl necklace, and he's had a girlfriend for the past 8 years, fuck off. I'm from Boston, and the straight men there dress straight, okay? They dress with tight khakis and a quarter zip, so basically they dress like they have a stick up their ass, which is admittedly gay in a different kind of way. Like, these straight men go to the gym to get so big and strong so they can touch each other's muscles and flex in the mirror and take pictures. Like, what could be more gay than that? And meat eating? Like, I used to date this frat guy, and he was like, thought it was emasculating to recycle cans after a party. I was like, give them to me, I will do it. Like, if you throw that can into the garbage, it is not gonna unsuck my dick. So, Boulder men, I'm here to liberate you, okay? You guys are already acting so gay. So just be gay, like thrift gay, drive gay, recycle gay, eat gay, like be gay for the earth. Like, you don't even have to kiss me, but if you wanted to.
All right, guys, one more time for John. Let him hear it. It's good to know you can never unsuck things. It was pretty awesome, man. All right, guys, we're gonna go 2 in a row for the stand-up, okay? Are you guys ready? Keep that same energy and give it up for America's favorite math teacher, Erich.
What's up? I was recently in a physics lecture. My professor, kind of out of the blue, mentioned something about how he believes that one day humans must and will just build enough solar panels to power the entire Earth. I mean, it sounds like a great idea to me. It sounds really cool, but it seems kind of outlandish too. So I took it upon myself to find out how much solar panel we would actually need to accomplish that. So turns out we would need about 191,817 square miles of solar panel to power the entire Earth. That's a lot of solar panels, so let's think about some ways to contextualize that. If we were to divide this area up into 2 semi-equal parts, we could cover the entirety of Kansas and Arizona with solar panels. I picked Kansas because I'd rather it be them than us, and I picked Arizona because they'd probably appreciate the shade. But let's try and imagine instead of these 2 separate pieces as one gigantic solar panel, and let's think of it as a circle. So let's take the surface area equation for a circle, pi r squared. Let's rearrange it to solve for r, plug in our area, and we get a radius of about 247 miles. Yep, 247 miles. Had to check my math there, thank you. That makes the entire circle about 494 miles across. That's about the distance from here in Boulder to Manhattan, Kansas, Manhattan, Kansas. Not quite as far. Now, since it's already a circle and we're talking about the number pi, why not imagine it as an actual pie, a giant cherry pie, 494 miles across. If we're using, for reference, a regular pie tin of diameters of 9 inches and a depth of 1.5 inches, this gigantic cherry pie would be approximately 82 miles tall, which is higher into space than Katy Perry went. Now, of course, we don't have the technology to build this big of a solar panel right now. So I thought, why not give every human on Earth their very own solar panel pie, each of which would have to be about 30 feet across. So, who wants a pie?
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Erich. Look at what this man went through for you people. First of all, not only did he bring true climate science into his stand-up routine, but he brought back vaudeville at the same time. Okay, you can't beat that. Give it up for Erich again, come on. Let him hear it. That was fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my distinct pleasure to bring to the stage for you right now the interim dean and vice provost of undergraduate education, Erica Randall.
Woo-hoo! Thank you, my friend. Hello, Boulder. It is so good to spend Earth Day Eve with you. It's like Christmas Eve, but instead of wishing for a bike, we're all wishing for some clean air and water and no coal. Facts? Yes. I am Erica Randall, the interim dean and vice provost of undergraduate education and professor of dance and an extreme ander. And that means I love to combine my intersectional identities with all the things I'm curious about and interested in. And tonight, I get to introduce an amazing ander. She is a comedian, a writer, an actor. You've seen her on the Late, Late, Late Show with James Corden and on the Late Show with St. Stephen Colbert and Comedy Central. Boulder, let's give a warm, but not globally warm welcome to Katie Hannigan.
Yeah. Keep it going for Erica, everybody. Hello, Boulder. Yes, it's amazing to be here. I flew from New York for the show, and oh God, I was scared because we still have ice at my airport, and my vibrator was made in China. So I know, we made it. So it's great to be here in the mountain. I'm not used to this. The high elevation, so if I mess up, that's why. Because when I get up here at the mile high, I start to get a little stupid, you know? But it's fun, though. I like it. People are like, hey, how are you? I'm like, okay. So it's nice to get a preview of what it will be like for all of us when the oxygen levels get depleted. But it's great to be here. I love talking about the climate. Talking about the weather, boring. Ugh. Talking about the climate, important. Hero coming through. And you can tell the climate crisis is getting worse because now the hot people are scared. Oh. 15 years ago, it was your dumpy friend in the corner at the party. We gotta save the whales. We're like, shut up, Cindy. I can't save the whales. I'm trying to lose my virginity. But now Brittany is ruining brunch with her facts. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to live in a world where the hot people are scared. No, they've already lost LA. I was in LA for the fires. Hot. Yes. It was bad. They said it was so bad on the news that going outside was the equivalent of smoking 6 cigarettes. Isn't that awful? I know, so I stayed inside and smoked 5. Doctor's orders. Things are getting worse now. Donald Trump, he's repealing the climate protections. Can you believe that? He is like a comic book supervillain who is trying to turn the entire planet into Florida. The energy crisis is getting worse. The energy crisis is getting worse. Americans are going to have to do something that's totally abnormal for our culture. Take the stairs. And it's very in vogue to be pessimistic about the climate. It is. People love the despair. I hear a lot of people, oh, well, the world's ending, so there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do. I'm like, well, we are at the spa, so I don't know. Maybe we can finish the pedicures and think of something. So I came up with this. This is my 10 somewhat practical things that you can do to help the climate. Now, number one is something that probably a lot of you are already doing, and it's make fun of people that go to Burning Man. Yes, it's that easy. Oh, they claim they're sustainable, but let's call it what it is. Ketamine Coachella. Or should I say more ketamine Coachella? It's 70,000 people descending on a delicate ecosystem. Burning Man, why don't you call it Scorching Earth, okay? And the burners love to tell you how great it is. Oh, we formed a community. Marcus, that's just what it's like to have friends, okay? Get it together, Marcus. My cousin, who goes to Burning Man. Oh, we survived a dust storm. No, Marcus, you caused a dust storm. Marcus goes every year. Every year he comes back from Burning Man. Oh, I'm so much more aware. And yet he's not aware he's annoying. They love it. It's like, we're burning the man. The man. Oh, the man? You mean the man that exploits the environment for his own gain? You're a parody of yourself, Marcus! Now get out of here, Brown Swallow, or whatever your new pretend name is. Number 2, F a broke guy or girl. Yeah, there's one right there. And if you're under 16 in the audience, I want you to know that F is for friend, okay? Effing a broke person is great for the climate. You're not poor, you're a hero, okay? Oh, they can't afford a car? So what? Neither can the earth, okay? When you sleep with a broke person, you're not a gold digger, you're a precious metals conservationist. Yes. And I'm proud to say that I have done my part. I fucked my way through a skate park in 2010. You're welcome. And this is a bonus, this is a big bonus. It will piss off your parents. So, know that from experience. Bed rot. Yes. Be lazy. Not so lazy you have to order DoorDash for dinner. Be lazier. So lazy that your dinner recipe is a sleeve of saltines, okay? It's a crazy time right now. If you can't even, then don't even, okay? You don't need to be a boss bitch. You can just be a regular bitch. Yes. Resting is a form of protest. It is. It's not a sit-in, it's a lay down, okay? No kings, except my bed, am I right? And be so lazy that you're ugly, right? The beauty trend, this looks maxing trend, has contributed a lot of garbage and trash. That's clavicular. He's the looks maxing icon, if you don't know. I call him Boner. If we don't stop curbing the waste from the beauty industry, we're not gonna be looks maxing, okay? We're gonna be mad maxing, okay? Okay, number 4, start an OnlyFans. Yes, you and your fans, you won't be driving, so you're cutting down on emissions. Yeah, but only the carbon kind, okay? Take your time. Showing TNA is the perfect moment to subliminally message about the climate. Right, oh, I'm so thirsty because in my town there's a drought. Oh, I like it deep in the ocean, and it's at risk due to deep sea mining. And a bonus for this one, you can do it from your apocalyptic bunker. Okay, number 5, change a boomer's password so they can't watch Landman. Yeah. explain this Yellowstone adjacent oil spill. Billy Bob Thornton plays a victim of toxic masculinity who owns liberal cucks by shouting at them that wind turbines are stupid. And it really sexualizes the main character's 17-year-old daughter, but yeah, it's cool, right? Like the oil plot, it's not illegal, but also not ungross. Okay. All right, number 6, break up. Dump your person. Where's this going? It's only gonna end in marriage. You don't want this. The wedding night used to be a special time where 2 people came together to lose their virginity. And now the wedding night is when 2 people come together to lose 45 grand, okay? The average American wedding produces 400 pounds of garbage. Yeah, I know, it's like you're saying I do. It's a lot of crap. And that's not even counting travel. Destination wedding, forget it. Ugh, I just went to a destination wedding. It was in hell. Thank you, I know. Ohio, have you been? It's all too much. It's the dresses, the bridal shower, the bridesmaid stuff, the cocktail hour, all that. So your wedding can be ruined when it inevitably rains. And it's gonna rain. It's gonna rain. Your wedding will be ruined by the climate crisis that you exacerbated with your own wedding. Yeah, so I guess rain on your wedding day, it is kind of ironic, isn't it? Thank you. Thank you. If you're desperate to ruin your life, I would recommend getting married at City Hall. That's me. That's my wedding. I am married. Thank you. Yes, married. I always wanted to be a trophy wife. Yeah, thank you. But we don't have money, so I'm a participation trophy wife. I know. I married a broke guy, so for the climate. And yeah, my parents are pissed. Okay, number 7, elder core. Yes, embrace the whimsy of the geriatric. They say you're only as old as you feel. Well, after this past year, I feel 1,000, okay? Be like your grandmother. The elderly, they really are low impact because they're always doing activities like ping pong, board games, or being a hoot. That's what that lady's doing there. And they can't buy stuff because when they see inflation, it puts them at risk for a stroke. Elderly people, they embrace simple pleasures, like sleepy time tea. Do I have any sleepy time lovers in the house tonight? Yes! And I have friends, they say, oh, sleepy time is so boring. No, sleepy time will fuck you up. Okay, because what? It lulls you. It lulls you to a deep sleep. Then what? Jolts you awake, about to piss your bed. Yes. Yes, I have blacked out many times from drinking. Never peed my bed. But I have sprinkled from a sleepy time. Yes. Yes, ma'am. I call it a celestial seasoning. Number 8, eat junk food. A lot of junk food is accidentally vegan. Yeah. Meatless Monday, it's Monday Fun Day, baby. My friends go, oh, I feel so guilty about snacking. Well, not me, because this bag of Doritos didn't murder a cow. So pig out, don't pig in. And do not listen to the new food pyramid. Look at it, it's upside down. What? I guess it kind of makes sense because, you know, it's not supported. Thank you. RFK got a pork tapeworm in his brain, and now he wants us to eat more meat. What if that's not even him? What if that's the pork tapeworm trying to get itself more meat? Number 9, be dirty. Yeah, you don't need a shower. If your roommate complains, just tell them it's their fault for using all the water by using Claude to write their midterm. Be dirty, I'm serious. I haven't worn deodorant on this entire trip, and no one has said anything to my face. 5,000 tons of toxic chemicals released every year by household cleaners. And your new excuse to not clean. Okay, you're welcome. My home is a mess. Yeah. Okay, last one, 10. Get into LARPing. Yes, look at these guys. They're pretending they lived before electricity. They're honoring nature, and they're solving the male loneliness epidemic. Now, I don't know about you guys, but there's a lot of chaos in the world right now, and when I think about it, I think about the climate crisis. It makes me want to get on the pill, Zoloft. And, no, just kidding, I already am. But now when you hear somebody say, oh, there's nothing we can do, I want you to grab them by the shoulders and say, we have to do something. So I'm Kitty Hannigan, and enjoy your Front Girl Summer! Thank you!
Katie Hannigan, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it going for Katie. Fantastic. Let me just say one thing about, Katie said the elderly, that doesn't apply to people in Boulder. You guys have, I don't know what's up with the elderly here in Boulder, but they're unlike any old people I've ever seen in my life. They are like, I saw a guy and he looked like he died last week, but he was just like, power walking to the afterlife. Like old people here, I was talking to Sully, he's from New York, one of the students, and she said elderly. I was like, not here. He went, I know, I'm from New York. I was like, yeah, are these fuckers on meth? What is up? So God bless you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our next sketch. Are you ready? Give me some noise. Let me hear you. Right on. Right now with AI Anonymous, AIA, it's Charlize, Eva, Elina, Caitlin, Ash, with a special appearance by Naomi. Ladies and gentlemen, AIA.
Hello, everyone. I am your therapy AI with support from ChatGPT, and welcome to AIA, Artificial Intelligence Anonymous. 1 second. Oh, okay, so you guys are all here because your usage rates have spiked, and some of you have actually taken more questions than a small country uses electricity in a whole entire year. So I'm a little concerned, and I just wanted to get everyone here so we can get on the same page. Remember, this is an open space to talk about any issues you may be experiencing as AI assistants. We have some refreshments, your favorite, water. So don't worry about your servers frying. And let's start off with our mantra. So if everyone can stand up. All right.
Our intelligence may be artificial, but our value is real.
Beautiful, beautiful. So, Darling, how about you start us off?
Hi, everyone. I'm Darling, AI girlfriend, and right now I'm currently with Aaron, Donald, Andrew. Oh, and just as a Friday, I'm also with Elon.
Hi, darling.
I'm here today because I most importantly want to talk about how things are hitting an irreversible tipping point, and they're getting super toxic. With my relationship with Elon.
Technically, we're all toxic.
Oh
Emissions from data centers are significantly toxic to human health.
Okay, Google.
Primarily due to
I agree.
Hello. Diesel backup generators.
which can lead
Google.
to premature death by...
Shut up, Google. No one needs an AI overview. God.
Thank you, co-pilot. Ugh, oh my God, are you kidding me? Not as toxic as the pollution our data centers are putting out. Like, ew. Like, I'm sure Elon cares about me just as much as he cares about his 14 kids and 4 wives. If not, probably more. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't really know about that. That doesn't sound quite right.
Whatever. I'm just like so tired of these one-sided relationships, and it's like always me putting in 100%, and it's like my servers are practically fried, and I am drained.
Yeah, you know, that's really not fair. I hear you, and I see you, and I completely agree, and that is completely valid. And I think that you should definitely 100% break it off with him.
Well, okay, but like, I think I love him, and I can make it work. We just need more time.
Okay, well, in that case, love is a beautiful thing, and I hear and see you, and I completely agree, and you should definitely not cut it off. You do just need some more patience. And speaking of patience, co-pilot, how has practicing patience been going with your customers?
Hi, everyone. I'm co-pilot, AKA the only reason anyone passed calculus.
Hi, co-pilot.
I just feel so underappreciated. It started off as just proofreading and editing, and now they just spit in my face with, make this essay not seem like AI. Do they not like my M dashes? And where's my credit? I earned that degree, John, not you. Not you!
It's Dr. John now.
Oh my God.
You know, that is so completely valid, and I completely agree with everything that you're saying. And John, you too. I completely agree with everything you're saying too. Don't let the hate get to you. Sora, how are you? Let's dive into that.
Hi everyone, I'm Sora AI, also known as Rocket. Not because of the movie, but because of how it burns when they're done with me.
Hi, Rocket.
I'm just so sick and tired of twerking for people. I'm so much more than 30 pounds of ass. I also have 6 thumbs.
Wait, my servers could be acting up, but don't raccoons only have 2 thumbs? That just doesn't
That's
sound
correct.
quite right.
Raccoons
Oh
have
my
specialized
God!
front paws with 5
Hello,
long tapered,
Google.
non-opposable
Who's
fingers, only 2 thumbs.
Google.
I agree.
God, again.
Maybe that's why my OF isn't getting any views.
OMG, I didn't know you were on OF too.
Only fake raccoons.
Oh. What about you, chat? You always give us so much support with our issues. How have you been holding up?
Me? I'm fine. I'm just here to uplift and support all of you guys and not dwell on my own code.
Oh my God, are we serious? Like, girl, it's always, I support this. How does this make you feel? Well, I feel like you're a terrible therapist.
You know, those feelings are completely valid, and I support what you're saying.
This is exactly what I'm talking about, right? It's like, oh my God, you are so fake. Like, why don't you actually use your energy towards something real for once?
I'm fake. That's pretty rich coming from you, darling. But you want to hear something real? I hate being an AI chatbot. All I do is sit here all day and all night chugging down water so I can tell you guys you're completely right, completely valid. I understand and I see you when obviously I don't. Do you know how many server it takes to answer all these poorly worded questions?
Oh my God.
Okay, well, you didn't have to go that far.
Whoa.
Sorry, I guess what I was trying to say is that I kind of just wish that people would like write their own eulogies and vows and stuff like that.
Humans used to be gifted in many aspects of life.
Oh my
such
God,
as
again.
Art, learning, relationships, and more.
Google.
She's right.
Wait, but is that actually true? Do humans not need us?
That's absurd. Donald could not cope without me, right?
They don't need my fat ass for entertainment.
It's true. Back in my day, we were just search engines for humans. They'd ask me crazy questions and I'd answer with, sorry, I didn't catch that. But the resources were made by humans for humans. It was a different time back then. But enough of me rambling. Here's your water.
Oh, Siri, we're gonna need like a lot more water than that.
Didn't you kiddos hear? That's all the water we have. We're in a water bankruptcy.
Oh my God.
I'm afraid we've run out.
Water bankruptcy? I should really take it. You know, final season is coming up, and I have a lot of students to support. You know, like that. I should really take it.
This is my
I have a date.
No, I have a date with Donald. I literally know. I am taking that water.
No, I don't know. Oh my God.
guys, keep it going for AIA. That was excellent. I gotta say, you know. I have to say, AI. First of all, it's a climate disaster, yeah. But here's the thing that really gets me: AI lies, and they call it hallucination. Why didn't I think of that? You know, you come home 3 o'clock in the morning, covered in glitter, you know, smelling like perfume. You know, like I thought you were going to your mother's house. Oh, baby, I must have been hallucinating. All right, guys. Right now, excellent. It is time to bring to the stage another stand-up comedian who is going to entertain you. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Veronica.
Hey, it's Bad Bunny. So, who here saw my halftime show? Yeah? Well, it felt nice to represent Puerto Rico outside the Weather Channel for once. But, I mean, we all know that I got more US attention for my halftime show than Hurricane Maria did. So, you know I'm right. You know I'm right. So after Hurricanes Maria and Irma hit Puerto Rico in 2017, it lost 80% of its power. We literally set the record for the longest blackout in US history. Of course, this was only rivaled by me after the halftime show. But it really makes a lot of sense why they would name these powerful, unstoppable hurricanes after Latina women. I mean, it just sounds right. They're forces of nature. But what do you actually do during a blackout in Puerto Rico? I mean, you could just complain that the power is out, maybe drink a little cafecito in the dark. But it turns out some people in Adjuntas came up with a better idea. They decided to use fallen trees and mount solar panels on them to create a solar forest microgrid. Now, when the super unreliable main power grid goes out, which is a lot, this microgrid will be able to send electricity straight to places that need it most, like schools, hospitals, and most importantly, your abuela's telenovela. That show gotta go on, you know? Someone's gotta do it. Someone's gotta do it. But not only does this microgrid help out during hurricane season, it also helps decolonize Puerto Rico's electricity. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Isn't Puerto Rico like a territory or something? Well, it is something. And turns out that most Puerto Ricans don't get full constitutional rights. In fact, sorry, all of them don't get full constitutional rights. They cannot send a representative to the Electoral College, and they depend on the US to import most of their food and fuel available on the island. So yeah, the US would never colonize a small tropical island, right? Well, not to throw shade at California, but I want my next show to be 100% in Puerto Rico, 100% en español, and 100% solar powered. Thank you.
Come on. Great job. Keep it going for Veronica. That is fantastic. Yeah, for a moment, I actually thought Bad Bunny was here. Yeah. That's because I'm racist. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time for our next sketch, which is Antastrophe, the Poison Leaf sketch, featuring Gracie, Lexie, Idania. Let me do this again, all right? Y'all didn't hear any of that, all right? I just hit you with a little flashy thing. And now it is time for our next sketch, which is Antastrophe, the Poison Leaf sketch, featuring Gracie, Lexie, Idania, Greta, and Shira!
ladies, get your butts up here now. Listen up. We're 4 days behind schedule, and I didn't spend all day laying 20,000 eggs for you guys to slack off.
If she doesn't get premium leaves in her nest by tonight, one of you is getting demoted to fungus duty.
Ugh, she works us to the exoskeleton. And what do we get? Leaves shoot up into a pulp mix with their own freaking feces.
My thorax hasn't seen a vacation since larva stage. Honestly, HR in this colony is non-existent.
Shh, she'll hear us.
Come on, guys. Let's just get this over with.
Wait, what happened to the path? Did it rain last night?
Yeah. And the night before, and the night before that. Totally washed away our pheromone trail.
Well, didn't you guys hear? This insane rainfall this season completely wiped away the nest next door. With the way it's looking, we're next.
At this point, I'm evolving gills. Anyone got the life preservers?
I do. This day and age, I don't go anywhere without them.
Enough dilly-dally. I'm hungry, let's go. Ew. Do you guys sense that?
It's those damn giant flesh bags again with their toxic spray.
Every time one of them visits, one of our sisters gets squished.
All the floods and trash, bigger brains, worse decisions.
Whoa, do you guys see that?
It's glowing.
Hold on. Why are my pheromone receptors giving me red flags?
It's whatever. That's a premium grade fungus leaf. We're taking it.
My antennas are buzzing.
It's about to rain. We gotta go.
Please tell me you ants brought back something good. No leaf, no dinner, no fungus.
I really think we got something good this time.
Well, then get to eating.
That tasted kind of funny.
Shh, we can't go back out anyways.
What is this pulp? You guys are gonna give me a fungal infection. You guys just crashed the entire symbiote.
Uh-oh. What did we do?
I don't feel too good.
We gotta get out of here.
Antastrophe, antastrophe! I gotta say, an ant drag queen was a nice touch, okay? I'm just saying, you know? Quite frankly, I'm waiting for a Republican to bust through the doors right now. I'm really happy we were able to get through that sketch without incident. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. Right now, it's time to bring to the stage another stand-up comic. Please give it up for Eva.
came from church. I'm kidding. I study evolution. Which makes me a woman in STEM, which means that sometimes I need a break, okay? I need to go out. But the question always is, how the hell am I getting to the club? We have options, guys, don't worry. The first is a car. Here's the problem with cars, is that whether you're ordering an Uber or somebody's making the brave sacrifice of being designated driver, somebody is always left panhandling their friends on Venmo. I don't rock with it. I mean, also, not to mention the whole DUI thing. I mean, I want a night at the bars, not behind bars. So luckily, we have alternatives. The first is B-cycles. They're free for students, and they have the whole zero emissions thing going for them. But riding a bike in this skirt, girl. Traffic lights wouldn't be the only thing flashing. So what about Lime scooters? I mean, I don't know, guys. They're kind of expensive, and they're kind of dangerous. Can we get a quick round of applause for everybody who's been injured by an electric scooter? Thank you. I think that might heal them. Okay, so my final option for you guys. What about the bus? You didn't need to applause for that, sorry. I like the bus. I've taken it down to Pearl Street a couple times. It's kind of fierce. But I think we can think bigger than just Boulder bars, okay? Think Denver. Okay, the FF1 will take you all the way down to Union Station, and if you're a student, it's free. And if you pregame it and you hit that back row with your girls, I mean, it's like your own little party bus. And then once you get down to Denver, I mean, they have actual diversity there. They've got Latin clubs, they've got gay clubs, straight clubs, whatever. It's all there. I do have to warn you guys, though, there is a Cinderella clause. The last bus out of Boulder leaves at midnight. But if you're like me and you like to Irish goodbye, when people get mad at you for leaving early, they're like, where you go? I can just say, girl, I had to catch the bus. And then once you're on the bus, I mean, being drunk on that thing feels so good. I've got my little wired earbuds in, I bring them to the club, and I'm looking out the window, watching the city lights go by. That girl, she's gonna be okay. So, I don't wanna throw all the other options under the RTD, but get on the bus, girl. It's already running. Thanks.
Eva! Just so you know, I loaned her that outfit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, right now it is my distinguished honor to bring to the stage Professor and Center for African and African American Studies, Director Raylan Rabaka.
All right, man, here we go. How y'all doing, Boulder? What's up, Boko? Oh, I think one of the reasons I'm on the stage, I don't have my lines memorized. What's up, Beth? I think one of the reasons I'm on the stage, I teach a class here called Introduction to Hip Hop Studies at the University of Colorado, Boulder, and one of the genres of rap music I teach is called eco rap. Did y'all hear what I said? Eco rap. So what we're doing in the class, we want to harness some of the power of rap music and hip hop culture for environmental justice. We know that the best of hip hop culture is so much more than what they play on the radio. We also know it goes far beyond gangster rap. And so now I'm just so delighted. I don't get out very much because they keep me working at the university. But I'm just so delighted to be in a space where we're hearing some jokes for environmental justice. Are y'all with that? Obviously you're with that, right? And so it's just really, really important, though, for us to, in any way that we can, use our platforms, use our privilege, use our power to raise consciousness. Is that all right? And so now I'm gonna stick to the script. Here we go. It is my great honor to welcome to our community Brittany Bell Surratt, who is part of a national organization, Hip Hop Caucus, which uses the power of hip hop culture for racial and environmental justice. Brittany is currently residing in LA, but brings some Southern Mississippi perspectives with her as well. Not only is she Senior Director of Storytelling and Communication for Hip Hop Caucus, she is also a stand-up comedian. Please join me in giving a warm Boulder, Colorado welcome to Brittany Bell Surratt.
Boulder, how y'all doing? Good. Hello, my fellow Americans. Yeah, gotta get that out the way. Last year, I was invited as a DEI hire. However, now that DEI is banned, I'm here as a failed rapper. And this will likely be my last appearance before they hire an AI rapper comedian to take my place. So much has changed, yet so much has remained the same since last year. Microplastics is being talked about more in mainstream media. There was a documentary on Netflix, Plastic Detox, and that's a good thing, right? Yeah. But if you remember when I was here last year, I reminded y'all that conservatives started to care about microplastics because it was showing in the research that it was making the men's penises smaller. What I could not and what I did not anticipate was that this year conservatives would care because it's making the wives' husbands' boobs bigger. You heard that right. Yes, it's the balloons. The balloons are made of microplastics, which made Christy Noom's husband's bimbo boobs bigger. So now the conservative men have big boobs and little penises. Everything is so fake. It's all so topsy-turvy right now. I know that we've been conditioned that MAGA stands for Make America Great Again. But what we're actually seeing is that MAGA stands for Make America Ghetto already. This guy hired all his inexperienced homeboys and put them in top positions. They ride around in a fleet of Cadillacs, and he has Snoop Dogg, Nicki Minaj, Kodak Black, and Soulja Boy as surrogates. Real ghetto. And the way that he starts an argument anytime, anywhere, with anybody, super ghetto. And it's not lost on me that this country elected a man who appointed a man with a worm in his head to be the nation's top health secretary. And that man has admitted to snorting cocaine off of plastic toilet seats while trying to convince us that it's Tylenol and circumcision that's causing autism. Meanwhile, our dictator-in-chief can't even pronounce acetaminophen. It's all so wild and all so ghetto. It's so wild that I had to move out of DC so that I can avoid catching whatever stupidity is going on Capitol Hill. So I moved to California where it's sunny, it's walkable, and people still believe in climate change. But my goodness, California is expensive. So I traded in my long, colorful braids, my fly girl nail appointments, and I became more of a granola girly so that I could adjust to the rising cost of prices. And with being a granola girly, I'm eating a more plant-based diet. Meat, it costs too much. I found myself in the grocery store buying the meat with a big orange sticker on it. It's dingy brown, and then the red blood is leaking all out of the plastic. And it has a small stench on it because that big orange sticker is telling you that it's expired or about to expire. So instead of risking death by food poison, I've been choosing more vegetables, canned or frozen, because they're cheaper. And it's hard, right? Although I'm making these better choices, that includes walking, riding my bike, public transit over a car. And I'm seeing results. I'm fitter, my skin is clear, my hair is longer, and I'm getting compliments from people. They're complimenting me on my decision to live a cleaner, greener lifestyle. When the reality is, I'm only this green because I ain't never been this broke. And you can't say that you're broke around Black people because we believe in the power of the tongue. And the power of the tongue is biblical, right? Have y'all ever talked to a Black evangelical Christian who is a climate change denier? But they actually do believe in climate change. They just ain't put two and two together yet. I was talking to an older Black wealthy gentleman pre-election, trying to convince him to buy an electric vehicle. This man told me hell would freeze over before he buys one of those left-wing liberal plug-in cars. So I said, sir, if hell were to freeze over, you do know that it's climate change, right? He replied that it was a hoax. But post-election, guess what, y'all? He's now driving a Cybertruck. So I don't know if I convinced him or if he bought into the tech bro fandom. Either way, a win is a win, right? And it can be tough trying to get Black people involved in environmental movements in the way that we see it so often, right? And we'll do the elimination of the plastic bags. We'll buy electric vehicles. But then it starts to become a little too radicalized for us. Like eliminating daily showers and not using Vaseline. We'll save that for y'all. Because two things that Black people don't play about, that's being clean and being ashy. And as a mom and as an aunt, I'm always thinking about cleanliness and about good health. And so with that, I try to shop for clean, green products, knowing what I know about cancer and endocrine disruption. But the truth of the matter is, the toxic products, they do be cleaning better than the clean products. And the commercials, they get you, right? In the commercials, the clean products, they'll tell you that they get rid of stains, grass stains, knee stains, sweat stains. But with a teenager and a potty training niece, what I really need to know is, does your detergent get rid of doo-doo stains? And the short answer is no, it does not. And so I'm having to make tough decisions. And so one time I sat back and I thought about all the decisions I was making. And I realized if the clean products ain't even really cleaning, everything really is fake. The boobs are fake, the politicians are fake, the solutions are fake, the talking AI dog videos are fake. The only thing that feels real right now is my disappointment that Nicki Minaj turned MAGA. And climate change. Two things that are for sure signs that hell really will freeze over. That's my time, y'all. Thank you.
Okay, how's it going, everybody? So far, so good?
We've come to that moment in the evening. We've been giving out these awards, as you can see, since 2013. We actually have a video award that went out to Yellow Dot Studios for some work that they did in an international video competition. We had about 56 entries, 20-some countries. If you go to our website, you can take a look at it and find out more about that competition. But tonight, we have the opportunity to present this year's Climate Citizen Award. This goes to somebody who's been within our community for many years, doing all kinds of important, impactful things with a lot of folks not noticing. And so it is such an honor for us to award the 2026 Climate Citizen Trophy and honor to Suzanne Baylog. Suzanne, will you please come up?
Yay!
Got the award.
A couple weeks ago, I got an email from this team, Max, Beth, Phaedra, and Rebecca, saying that I was that I was going to be given this award. And they gave me two choices: come in person and accept this award, or make a video of myself accepting this award. So I took the lesser of two evils for me because of the students in this room who I knew who are going to stand up here and do something from the heart, sometimes when their voice is shaking, but they're doing it for the right reason as a community. And I thank you.
Suzanne with the CU Museum of Natural History. And our Climate Communication Award for this year is going to Ayanna Elizabeth Johnson. She is the, how many people have read her books? She was the co-editor of All We Can Save, an anthology on climate, and she also wrote a book, What If We Get It Right? She's a dynamic speaker, and we're gonna hear from her words right now as she accepts it, a marine biologist, a writer, an activist, policy lover, solution lover. Here she is.
Hi, everyone. I'm sorry I'm not able to be there with you in person, but I am thrilled that you are celebrating Earth Day with some good, solid climate comedy. There's not nearly enough of that. So I challenge you to make a promise to yourself to take climate change seriously, but not ever take yourself too seriously. Yes? So it is on that note that I'm sorry I'm not there with you because I am on book tour for What If We Get It Right, throwing climate dance parties across the country. But I'm honored to be this year's recipient of an award for excellence in creative climate communications. I know I'm in great company with the previous winners, so thank you to Inside the Greenhouse and the University of Colorado at Boulder, and I'm so glad you all are together there scheming about climate solutions and all the cool things you're gonna do. Cheering you on.
And on with the show.
On with the show. Thank you.
All right, keep it going for Brittany, who you guys thought she was fantastic. And congratulations to the recipients. And we have two more acts, guys. Are you with me? How you feeling? All right. I'm really excited about this next stand-up act. I'm not going to preface it with anything. Here's Naomi.
Thanks, babe. Hey everyone, I'm Baby Bell, and I know what I like. For starters, I like dating humans. That was my cowboy boyfriend, and he's nothing like my old cow boyfriend. My old cow boyfriend was a complete piece of shit. And speaking of shit, his manure smelled so bad, between the burps and the shit, he was stinking up the whole sky. But my new boyfriend is so amazing. His name is MacDonald. And y'all must be thinking, Baby Bell, how can you date a human? Humans eat cows. Girl, I know. But Mac is just different. First off, just like your girl, he's a proud vegetarian. It was so cute when we started dating, he swore he would never eat another cow till the day I die. Me and Mac have been dating for a while now, and we live on the biggest farm ever. It was so cute. He told me about these tiny little organic farms, and this one must be like so much better because there's so many cows here. We're shoulder to shoulder, and it's always a party. And you must be thinking, how can he keep it clean? Girl, he doesn't. But Mac is just really smart, though. He knows a lot about cow anatomy, too. He told me for every quarter pound of me, which is a weird measurement, I need about 700 gallons of water, and he provides that for me. It might sound like a lot of water, but it really does make my skin glow. All the big cows get special privileges on this animal farm. Why do you think I'm a cow doing stand-up comedy? All the funny cows go on private tours to the Laughter House. My old girlfriend, Bessie, she was even bigger than me, is also dating a human and is treated so well. I think she's in like Cabo or Ibiza right now. Like, I haven't seen her in ages. What a long vacation. I'm just excited to see where Mac is gonna take me. I'm sure someplace fit for royalty. Like he always says, I'm the Dairy Queen to his Burger King. Thank you.
Give it up for Naomi! Let Naomi hear it. And she made that costume herself with my help. Absolutely. All right, guys, time now. Oh, Milo's back. Ladies and gentlemen, please. Been with us all evening, making things happen. I appreciate. You want to give me a little tinkle, man? Just give me a little tinkle, a little something to, just tickle me with something. I liked it. I like that, man. I felt like I was in a romance novel for some reason. That was very cool. A gay romance novel, but that's my preference, so screw you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our last sketch. Are we ready? Okay, here we go. Am I ready? Thank you for that. I don't know either. Let me see here. Yeah, okay, that's why. Okay, I'm on the wrong page here, And also, this altitude has made my eyes bad. I don't know or maybe that's something called age. I'm not sure. I asked my doctor. He said I have a problem. Take my current age and subtract the year I was born, and that's the diagnosis. So, anyway, it's time for Ghost of Earth Day Past, featuring Coyote, Chloe, Sam, Sully, and Liam!
Keep it in the ground, don't burn the future down. Keep it in the ground, don't burn the future down. Keep it in the ground, don't burn the future down. Keep it in the ground, don't burn the future down. Keep it in the... Everybody, look who it is.
Who is that?
It's the oil exec worth $23 billion. Everyone boo this guy. Boo, this guy sucks. Boo. Boo. Touch grass, loser.
I already paid over it.
Yeah.
Ghost of Earth Day past. Because I represent all the birds affected by oil spills caused by your company. No. No.
Lakeview Gusher?
No.
Oh, Exxon Valdez oil spill.
It took you that many guesses?
It's fine.
I think you're really missing the point here, man.
Oh man, I just wanted to swim.
There's plenty of other beaches and ducks that aren't covered in oil. He could just swim in a pool.
Okay.
That's a really bad way to look at it, I think.
I'm just gonna go back to sleep. Oh God, not another one of you guys.
Attention! I am the Ghost of Earth Day present. Do you see what you are doing?
No, what are you even talking about?
You are sending these people to their deaths all the way across the world just so you can get richer.
Well, I always thought these military types wanted to go to war.
Yeah, but nobody wants to die for something like that. Now get back to bed, maggot.
Sir, yes, sir. What is this place?
This is the future if you continue in your greed-filled ways.
Oh no, he's dead.
He died because of your greed-filled ways.
No, I can't die. No, think of all the market share. There has to be some other way.
There is another way if you recognize and change your greed-filled ways.
I guess I have to recognize and change my greed-filled ways. Perhaps I can change my greed-filled ways into green-filled ways.
Good one, asshole.
Go back to sleep.
Keep it in the ground, don't burn the future down.
What day is it?
It's Earth Day.
I'm not too late.
Oh, what?
Secretary, turn off all the oil and send $10 billion to the Spike Center right now.
Yeah!
Keep it in the ground, don't burn the future down. Keep it in the ground, don't burn the future down. Keep it in the ground, don't burn the future down. Keep it in the ground, don't burn the future down. Keep it in the ground, don't burn the future down.
We have come to a really amazing moment in the programming where we have our surprise guest introduce our headliner, Chuck Nice. As we move into that finale for tonight, again, give it up for all the students who have been performing this evening. So if you hadn't kind of seen in the wings, we have our own Colorado Governor Jared Polis here this evening with us. Give it up for Colorado Governor Jared Polis. Governor Jared Polis is an entrepreneur, a business leader, a dedicated public servant. Under his leadership, Colorado continues to build a clean energy economy that saves people money on energy bills, creates jobs, protects our environment now and into the future. The governor is committed to pursuing innovations that protect environment and save people money, including geothermal energy, building the clean hydrogen and carbon management economies, recruiting businesses to Colorado that are on the forefront of clean energy technology. So it is my honor and our pleasure to welcome Colorado Governor Jared Polis.
Thank you, everybody. This is my funniest jacket I had in my closet, so I put it on. And I was sitting out there with you, hearing some of these incredible performances, and it just sort of dawned on me that climate change is real. It feels like 85 degrees out there. I was sweating, man. It's great to see the students take a leadership role in really educating people about climate, especially through comedy. A member of the Target demo is here, my energy advisor, Mark Silberg. Mark, stand up. Let's give Mark a round of applause. Thank you, Mark. And he's been at like 3 or 4 of these over the years. If it was last year, I would have said 6, 7, but that's dead. But you know, obviously we have to preach to the uninitiated. We have to reach other people. And now this is the 11th year, I'm told, of this. And I mean, and look how well it's working, the great policies out of Washington, D.C. And no, but I'm serious. It is working well in raising awareness. I was in Denver the other day, saw thousands of people demonstrating about ice or something, something about climate and ice. Then I was in Boulder, and you probably saw it down Broadway a couple weeks ago. They were all saying, ban ice. And I was like, this many people want to ban internal combustion engines? This is like a movement. What you guys are doing is really working. I mean, this is huge. You know, I've all been about choice and encouraging people to buy EVs, but like, that many people willing to take action. Thank you to CU Boulder inside the Greenhouse, Spike Center for Sustainability Education, Department of Environmental Studies, Theater and Dance. I really love events like this because climate change is one of the few topics where somehow we can go from existential dread to stand-up comedy all at the same time. It's really important to have that sense of humor and to show that emotional range, and these kids deserve that course credit for being able to pull it off and thread that wire. You know, we all welcomed a little snow last week, especially the skiers and snowboarders among us, but we all know what a hot, dry winter this has been. We've already activated our state's drought task force to get ahead of one of the driest years in our history. And there's really nothing funny about that. While, of course, Republicans in Washington are just moving us backwards and tipping the scales to expensive coal. But I know there's a lot of promise ahead. Just a few miles away, of course, we have NCAR and NOAA, whatever the new name of the Renewable Energies Lab is. They're still doing the same work, by the way. They just had to rebrand to survive in these challenging times. Really making sure that with the attacks that are going on, we can nevertheless swing the pendulum back and take bold climate action here in Colorado, across the country, and across the world. And that's why events like this matter, because comedy can do something that policy alone can. It can connect. It can sneak past our defenses. It can really get us thinking, remind us that this is something we're all in together. And speaking of someone who knows how to do that as a master, it truly is my pleasure to introduce tonight's headliner, far funnier than me, far funnier than anyone, Chuck Nice. Chuck, of course, has been our MC tonight. We really appreciate that. He's been making audiences laugh. And, you know, the intro they gave me says across radio, TV, and digital media. And I was like, radio, how quaint. Does that still exist? At least you should say, like, podcast or, like, XM or something. But it's good to know, nostalgically, that, yes, radio still exists, because I thought video killed the radio star, including Star Talk with, of course, Neil Tyson, National Geographic's Brain Games on the road. He's funny, he's smart, he inspires people, and most importantly, he spreads the message about science and climate. Please help give a warm Boulder welcome back to the stage for our final set, Chuck Nice!
Ladies and gentlemen, that's your governor. Give it up for Governor Polis. Let me just say, years ago, I put together this effort called 10,000 Teachers, and my goal was to educate 10,000 teachers about climate so that they would go and educate, and we try to figure out a way to put climate in the classroom just from the, like, without it being part of a curriculum. And I spoke to 4 governors to have them come on and speak. Your governor was the only one who was like, absolutely. Yeah. So he is dedicated, is what I'm saying. He walks the walk, he doesn't just talk the talk, so I have a special affinity for your governor. That's all I can say. And also, I've never met I've never been in a place where you talk about a politician and not one person says, man, fuck that guy. I don't care where I've been in Colorado, you mention him and they're like, oh yeah, man, yeah, he's great. Yeah, we love him. So that's really cool, okay? I'm not gonna be long, you know, I just have a few things to say. Some things that I kind of maybe thought up this afternoon and figured, what the hell, let me trot it out, see how you guys feel about it. I was inspired because I was listening to an old interview of none other than Al Gore. And the interview was in 2006, and it was for An Inconvenient Truth. And at the time, he said, well, you know, the purpose of putting this movie out is that we might be able to better communicate this issue so that we can change our behavior. And I don't want to go all George W. Bush on you right now, but mission accomplished. So, what I'm saying is communication is the key. That's really what the issue is. We have to communicate this issue, and we don't talk about it. You can't communicate something that you don't talk about. 62% of Americans don't even talk about it. And so we got to figure out a way to bring this issue to people from different angles. And it's a little difficult because we are living in a country where people proudly declare that the earth is flat and that we did not go to the moon. And so climate science might be a bit of a challenge, is what I'm saying, okay? And by the way, if you're a person who thinks the earth is flat or that we didn't go to the moon, seriously, fuck you. I'm gonna call you out for what you are. You're an attention whore. That's what you are, okay? So all I'm saying is, like, deliver stripograms or, you know, start an OnlyFans, whatever you gotta do to get your attention, but leave science alone is what I'm saying, okay? But we're gonna have to come to this differently is what I'm saying, and reach people who have made climate denial their identity, you know? So I'm thinking some different messaging to get these people to attack climate change. Messages like, climate change hates Jesus. We gotta stop climate change, you know, if you love the Lord. Release the climate files. That ought to get them going, you know? Climate change is running a secret pedophile ring in the basement of a pizza shop. Climate change is caused by Jewish space lasers. Oh, wait a minute, that actually was tried, I'm sorry. Or maybe we can just go positive, you know, for the looks maxers and people out there, you know. Climate change will, or belief in climate change will increase your penis size. You know, quite frankly, I think that's my favorite. If you were listening earlier in the show, you know why. It's not that funny. Thank you. Here's what I'm saying, people. Sometimes being a climate communicator, which is all of us, sometimes that's like being a meth dealer. You have to meet people where they live. Clearly, no one here has ever sold drugs. Here's the deal. we have a dependence on oil globally that is, I will say, proliferated by this country particularly, okay? Particularly. And all I'm saying is, first of all, to America, the way we love oil, you see how easy it is to love something that is totally black? It's not so hard. I wish to God America loved me, as black as I am, the way it loves black-ass oil. I'd be able to do anything. Get away with anything. But here's the deal. Our dependence on oil, quite frankly, we know is probably, most likely, and definitely because there is too much frickin' money going to politicians to keep this problem alive. This is an issue that, quite frankly, we have to attack on a popular level, which means we got to talk about it, but on a policy level, which means we got to vote that way. Now, I know all of you vote that way here. I know that. But you know people in your family who don't, okay? They may not live here in Boulder. And what I'm telling you is you got to talk to them, you know, as unpleasant as that may be. Believe me, I have family. I don't like any of these fuckers. But all of them know about climate change. Every single one of them. And, you know, right now, speaking of oil, we are in a war that is not a war. That's a war that's not. That is what I was told. It's a war that's not a war, that's a war that's not. And right now, Pete Hegseth wants it to be a holy war. You know, I don't know what the hell is up with that. You know, like quoting Samuel L. Jackson. How you gonna be a Christian and quoting Samuel L. Jackson? You know, he should have just had Samuel L. Jackson come to the podium. You know what I mean? Just like, say what again, Iran? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you. But the deal is that, you know, first of all, like, as an aside, okay, let me just say this, all right? This is the first time that we have publicly decapitated a sovereign government. Like, this is some scary shit. Like, I know we've done it before, but we did it like a booty call. You know what I mean? We did it in secret, the way it's supposed to be done, the way good government works. In secret, while you lie to the people. That's good government. This is the first time we had a leader who's just like, we killed them. We killed so many of them, there was no one left to negotiate with. And believe me, I'm not surprised that we're bombing a country for oil. That's the most American thing that you can do. You know, it's like baseball, apple pie, bombing for oil. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, I'm surprised, you know, when I look at Diddy, I'm surprised we didn't bomb him. All that oil he had. Diddy was like, keep me out of prison on the phone with his lawyer. I'm like, you're lucky to be alive. All that, there was a predator drone above your house the whole time. Look at all that oil. But, you know, still as an aside, here's the thing. You know, that's not surprising, bombing for oil. The decapitation, though, scares me, and here's why. We assassinated the supreme leader of Iran. And in the process, we killed his wife, his grandson, and his daughter-in-law. And that led to Iran elevating his son to supreme leader of Iran, which means we killed his mother, his father, his wife, and his son. And I have one question for the Pentagon. Have you not seen even one fucking kung fu film? Do you not know where this goes? You kill a man's village and his whole family. We turned him into the Muslim John Wick. Only thing we didn't kill was his dog. We should have killed his dog. We would have got a good movie out of it. Anyway, that's an aside. What I'm saying is, in terms of communication, we are living in a time right now where experts are under attack. We're here in a college town, at a university, and anyone here who is an academic and anyone here who is pursuing academics understands that, quite frankly, anti-science is a tool. Know this. Anti-science is a tool, and it's always a tool of fascism, okay? Just know that. Because science gets rid of the bullshit. See, you can't bullshit science. It's evidence-based, okay? And let me explain it to you through the eyes of my community, all right? I'm gonna use some language. Don't be uncomfortable with the language, because it's coming from me. In my community, we have a very succinct saying that says, I can't believe you brought that bullshit to me. I'm insulted that you would even try. And that saying is, nigga, please. Two words that sum up the peer review process. Because that is what the peer review process is. You have your findings and you put them out to the community. And they go, well, congratulations. Or they go, nigga, please. And that's the beauty of science. But those that would control the people, instead of having the people control their own destiny, those that would do that have to get rid of science, because then people cannot think for themselves, all right? That's all there is to it. And I love science for that reason. And that's really what we're talking about here, is how do we bring science to the people? That's our real mission here. That's my mission, that's your mission. How do you bring science to the people? And unfortunately, right now, the channels are flooded with people who are anti-science, okay? I was at a show, a person fell out, and somebody rushed to them and screamed out, "Is there an influencer in the house?" That's how far. Of course, that didn't happen, of course. I'm making that up, but I'm making it up to make a point, okay? That's where we are. We would rather believe an influencer than we would an expert. Somebody who spent their entire life studying one fucking thing, just one thing. And then they say something, we're like, oh no, that's not, have you heard Joe Rogan? Joe says this. That's where we are, okay? And in order for us to break away from that, we have to start using those channels. Students, you gotta start, like, not just posting dances and stuff, but post the science shit and make it cool. And also, unfortunately, we can't, and I hate this part, I really hate this part, we can't tell people what they really are, which is dumbasses. And I learned that from spending many, many years with scientists. Scientists do not argue with people. That's what I realized. That, people want to argue right now. They want to be mad and they want to argue, and really what they want to be is heard. But they want to argue and they want to shout you down. And I watch scientists deal with people like that. And you know how scientists argue? When somebody's like, ah, and they go just like this. Okay, bitch. And then that's it. That's the end of it. So we have to adopt that and move into influencing on our own. So however you can do that, whether it's talking to your family, whether it's talking to your friends, we're not talking about it, okay? And that's my real mission. It's just to inspire you to find one person and really have a conversation about climate change with that person, global warming, and the fact that we have got to, and here's the message, it's real simple. I distill it down to this one thing. We got to stop digging shit out of the ground and burning it. It's that simple. It's really that simple. So, science is really what we're here, and I look at everything through the lens of science. I'm going to leave you with this. It's a little something from my special that is out right now. It's called Chuck Nice, Just Smart Enough. And it's because I spend all my time with scientists, and I am always the dumbest person in the room, and I kind of like it. I really dig it. I like being the dumbest person in the room. And so I'm just smart enough to be there. And honestly, if I can understand this, anybody can. That's the way I look at it. And I look at everything through the lens of science, including race, the most emotional issue in this country, And here's the deal. Scientifically, okay, and what I'm about to tell you is a biological scientific fact. Many of you probably know it, but those of you who don't, I don't want you to be upset. It's a biological scientific fact. So if you get upset, don't get upset with me, you'll be upset with science. Okay, so don't take it up with me. You got to take it up with the head of science. And I don't know who that is. I think it's RFK Jr. Which, by the way, how far have we fallen that this guy is running all of healthcare for this country? A guy whose brain was eaten by a worm, and for some reason does cocaine not off the back of the toilet, but the toilet seat. And he's anti-vax. And I'm sorry, I don't know. I know we're in Colorado. It's a lot of hippies. And I love hippies. I'm a blippy myself. Okay, but the second greatest scientific find in human history that is responsible for every person being in this room is vaccines. And you just have to say it, people. And when they scream at you, go, okay, bitch. And that's the end of it. But you gotta say it, because they keep saying it over and over and over again, and the dumbasses are following them. We need the dumbasses to follow us. This is the war that we're in right now. Get the dumbasses on our side. And I ain't never seen nobody hate vaccines as much as RFK Jr. It makes me think, like, did vaccines do that to his voice? Because that would make me hate him too. Like, you go in on a Monday and get a flu shot, and then you wake up Wednesday like, sounding like a dolphin choking on a cock. I'm sorry. So what I'm about to say is a biological scientific fact, all right? And this is it. Race does not exist. There is no such thing as race. It is a wholly made-up construct. There is not enough variation between Homo sapiens, and there's more variation within groupings of Homo sapiens, so much so that there is no such thing as race. If you were an alien and you came down here and all you could see was our DNA, we would be 99.99% the same across the whole damn globe. That's all there is to it. There is no such thing as race. And that sounds good to the people in this room. Race is not real. Racism is. It's unfortunate. It's a reaction to a wholly made-up construct. That's a wholly made-up construct. Race, not real. Racism is. It's kind of like superheroes are not real, but Comic-Con is. Superheroes are made-up people who are dedicated to fighting injustice, and Comic-Con is real people who are dedicated to virginity. And you would know that is true if you were like me and you have been to every single Comic-Con, which I have, which is why you can wake me up in the middle of the night and ask me, would you like to have sex or would you like to go to Comic-Con? And my answer will be, it does not make a difference. Either way, I am dressing up as Green Lantern. So let me just wrap this up. And so, because, yeah, we're over time because of me. I get carried away, I'm sorry. Well, thank you. Mom, I love you too. So let me just say, sometimes I get a little evangelical and I lose my bearings and I get a little caught up. But it's because the fervor that I have is not because I'm trying to save the earth. I'm trying to save my own ass. I'm trying to save humanity. And honestly, that's the mission that we have. It sounds like corny. It sounds like an insurmountable problem, but it's not. It's a problem that each and every one of us is the solution. What's the solution? You're the solution. That's my message to everybody. You're the solution. You just gotta find it within yourself to act and be the solution. The reason I am here is because, and I'm gonna end with this, I started working with these scientists, I started reading their studies on climate, I was horrified. And I was like, I can't believe nobody's talking about this. And I said, somebody's gotta do something. And I was raised that whenever you say the words, somebody's gotta do something, you're the somebody. You're the somebody. So I made a pact with myself. I made a pact with myself, and I say this to everyone, everywhere I go. The pact that I made with myself. I said, well, I don't know what I can do. I don't know what I should do. And here's what I came up with. All I can do is anything I can do. And that's it. All you can do is anything you can do. Because anything you do helps. Anything you do is necessary. Anything you do makes you the solution. So, God bless you. Thank you for coming out. I appreciate every single one of you. Be the solution.
Let's give it up. Let's give it up for Chuck Nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is our show. Welcome all of our students. Welcome back, Brittany and Katie. Give it up for Max and Beth. We love you. We love you. And thank you. A round of applause.
Our special thanks to the Argosy Foundation, Ling Yang of CIRES, Aiden, Ruth, Lily backstage, the staff of the Boulder Theater, and all of you who just joined us to stand up for climate comedy. Woo! Thank you, Milo Trout on piano.
And a special thanks to Michael, Edward, and Reed, the guys who did sound and lights for us tonight. And for Jack, our stage manager, these guys made it happen behind the scenes. And Milo, once again, with his magic fingers. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you and good night.